What is up, my Squirtalites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Destiny. In the last episode, we finished the mission Under Siege. And in this episode, looks like we're going to probably need to return to, I think it's say, okay, Nimbus first. We got to go say hi to Nimbus because something happened at the end of the last episode, and it looks like our ghost was indeed taken over, at least briefly, by the power of the Witness. Also, our Guardian said they got the Veil, which isn't true, but you'll see. Callus basically has the entire Shadow Legion surrounding the area where the Veil is. We just haven't gotten, they just haven't gotten into it just yet. And again, you're probably confused. What the heck is the Veil? I don't understand what the Veil is. Welcome to all of us when Lightfall came out, everybody. That's what we were all wondering, and this question is not going to be answered for some time, but let's continue anyway.
So, the Veil's safe for now. I don't have an Earth Warlord translation for this, so stick with me. If Callus uses whatever that radial thingy is and somehow destroys the Veil, well, it's tied directly to our Cloud Arc and literally all Neomuni. I don't think you need a Warlord translation for why that's bad. From the sound of it, your buddy there, Osiris, wants to go in guns a-blazing, which, hey, I fully support. But the old man, the other old man, my old man, not literally, but, you know. Between you and me, he isn't sure it's the right call, but don't worry though. I reminded him you Guardians are the experts here. You've been dealing with this whole Witness thing a lot longer than we have. It's okay if we lean back and try a little trust fall. Well, if you drop us, it might be my funeral, but whatever, it'll be fun.
All right, so Callus breaches the Veil and secured it on behalf of the Witness. Luckily, its containment infrastructure should delay their efforts, at least for a little while. Based on Ghost Strange experience, it appears Callus intends to use the device called the Radial Mast to link the Veil with the Traveler. Whatever the Witness wants, this can't be good. With Callus forces focused on the Veil containment, Osiris wants us to visit Callus's fortress directly and take out the Radial Mast before it's moved closer to the Veil, even despite Rohan's concerns. Okay, so we're also going to be given the Dimensional Hypotrochoid, which is our very first Neomuni weapon. It is a red border, which is awesome. This means that it can be used for the crafting pattern. And this one has Threat Detector and Chain Reaction. Ew. I might actually have to use that. That is not bad at all. So, first things first, I'm actually going to be running with a stasis build this time. I'm going to put a few things away here. I probably should be using Callus Mini Tool for this, huh? We'll put the Deicide away, we'll put the Amit away, we'll put Likely Suspect away. I just need to clear out some space here. Anything that is not strong enough to carry us into this mission, we're not going to want to bring with us. Two-Tailed Fox can go. Yeah, I'm thinking I want to go with something stasis-y this time, but I need to look through my weapons and see what I have. Could go with the good old Syncopation from the original campaign. We also have all of these Disparities that we picked up. Earlier on, we're going to go with, I think stasis is the call this time because I would like to show off these grenade launchers at least to an extent. So what would be a good, I could go with a sniper rifle here. We got Without Remorse. It's pretty good. Maybe a fusion rifle. Could go with the Snorri. That might be nice to have here. We need something that's going to hit really, really hard. You know what? I think that's what I want to have, and I am going to use something. I think I'm going to use my other wave frame here, Harsh Language, to infuse it and make it a little bit stronger because we're going to need it. But autoloading One for All and the fact that it's a wave frame is going to synergize really nicely with my stasis build here, although I do need a good primary for this. So let's go back in again, and I think I'm going to bring this pulse rifle Psy-Hermetic 5 with us, and I am probably going to infuse it into this old Sterling here that we picked up a little while ago. Not that this is a bad weapon, it just doesn't have a very good perk set, so I don't think I like it too much. And then all I need is a good armor piece to synergize with this entire thing. Probably something like, actually Foe Tracer could be really nice, especially since they did make this a lot stronger. Yeah, you know what? I think Foe Tracer is going to be the play here. So let me put a build together really quickly, and then we'll go over it. Okay, got the build put together. Pretty darn simple, and I just got to make sure that obviously everything has the same shader because it just looks a little bit better when it's all uniform. So it's not exactly optimized because I don't have the materials to masterwork this Foe Tracer, unfortunately. Otherwise, Discipline would be pushed right over the threshold that I want. I'm going for more recovery than I am resilience. I've got my Sire Medic here. I've got my Explosive Personality. I've got the Dimensional Hypotrochoid. But if I have to, I might actually switch this out possibly for Dragon's Breath or Parasite or even Gallarhorn a little bit later, just so that we have an exotic on hand. With Revenant, I'm going to be going with a Glacier Grenade, and I've got Shatter Dive at my disposal, so I can break those crystals a lot more easily. But I also have Whisper running, so I can do more damage to the crystals from afar. Whisper Conduction to get the Stasis Shards to track to me, so I can get... This gives me... The main reason I have this is for the additional resilience and intellect, but also the fact that I'm going to be creating a lot of shards with Grim Harvest is going to be nice. Also, Foe Tracer itself will be creating even more shards. Whisper Shards also will give me more grenade charge rate whenever I shatter a crystal. Chains... means I take reduced damage while I'm around these crystals, which is good for having when you have Shatter Dive, given that you'll be right on top of them anyway. And then Whisper of Fissures increases the damage and size of the burst of a stasis when you destroy a stasis crystal or defeat a frozen target. Again, playing into the fact that I'm going to be shattering crystals like crazy. Now, none of this really matters too much because the mission that we are about to do actually doesn't involve a whole lot of weapon usage, but there are going to be points where it's going to be useful, and in fact, there are 2 arenas in this upcoming mission that are incredibly difficult that I am going to need to be using a good build for, and some might say that Stasis is not the best choice for that. In fact, going with what I was doing before with Solar probably would be, but I'm going to commit to it anyway because I want to switch things up a little bit here. As we go through this campaign, it's going to be nice to be used the best of all worlds. But let's talk to Osiris.
So far, this city is more advanced than I could have ever anticipated. This cloud arc they've constructed fascinates me. It appears to function with the assistance of the Veil somehow. To willingly give up control of your physical body. It's an intriguing concept to exist primarily in a virtual space.
Is that all you have to say, Osiris? I want to point this out because this is going to be kind of necessary, but you can get different little interludes, which these are just basically bits of dialogue from each character. Now, that's all Osiris had to say, but Rohan has something for us as well.
Nimbus gave me their report about your attempt to reach our Veil. Don't let it get you down. This is a marathon, not a sprint. I've been a Cloudstrider for almost 10 years. When our decade's up, we die. Our bodies can't handle so much augmentation. I took on this mantle to protect the people of Neomuna, knowing it would kill me. I've only got one life to give, and it's almost up. I need to take care of the Shadow Legion for Nimbus, lighten the load. I still have much to teach them. They aren't ready. Not yet. But sometimes, they're the one teaching me. A lesson I think Osiris could stand to learn. Look after him. He needs it.
Some wisdom from Rohan there. Okay, let's get on and start this mission. This mission is going to be a 2-episode mission, so do bear with me. Pretty much every mission from here on out for the rest of the campaign is going to take multiple episodes, so bear with me. That last one we did was, I believe, the shortest mission in the entire campaign, Under Siege, so now it's only going to get crazier and crazier from here, but for some reason our flag is all the way down there. So let's see if I can yeet myself to it. Oop. Worth it. Okay, we're good. Woo. Let's do this thing. Downfall.
Lightbearer, you have a dangerous mission ahead of you. Storming Callus's stronghold won't be easy. Normally I'd have more intel before a direct attack.
The Guardian has faced the unknown and prevailed every time. They are equal to the task. The radial mast is somewhere in Callus's ship. If you strike swiftly, we can remove it as a threat before it ever reaches the Veil. Enter Callus's fortress, find the radial mast, and destroy it.
Okay, so we're not going to have any super in this upcoming part, right? Well, no, it just takes it away there for some reason. We're good, actually. We just got to be outside the suppression field. So I want to make a little confession. I was actually mixing up missions when I started this episode, saying we weren't going to have to use them all that much. That's actually not true. We're going to be using stasis a lot in this mission, but I think it's going to get me through this just fine with all of the with everything that I use in here. If I could actually land my shots, though, that would be great. But this is a great opportunity for me to actually demonstrate this heavy weapon we got right here, which is actually a new type of heavy weapon, and it is a heavy wave frame. And you might be going, well, what's the difference? The difference is that the wave that these things create is gigantic, and I'll see if I can actually show it here. So let's fire one along the ground there. Look at the size of that thing. It's freaking huge, and it is going to do lots and lots and lots of damage. It's actually going to be our main source of damage as we make our way through here. So we're just going to be using 2 different wave frames for pretty much this entire mission, which is going to be really, really nice, except for at one particular point later on in the mission, but I think we'll be okay. Let's just make our way through here. I'm actually going to throw that crystal up ahead and use that to just kind of shatter on top of all of them. Now, I'm saving this super for a very specific reason later. I'm just going to stick with this frenzy pulse rifle for the time being. And, ooh, I actually finished a challenge, which is going to give me a couple things for my season pass here. Let's throw this super in here, and let's see if that can do a little bit of damage as that starts to wreak havoc, because there's actually a few big guys up there that are all going to be causing us problems. So let's do that here really quickly, and then we can throw a wave frame along the ground to do even more damage. Look at that. Already killed one of the bosses. Look at that damage. Oh, that is just wonderful to kill this guy before he jumps up in the air. He seems to be the strongest one. So yeah, we're going to want to make sure we take advantage of our wave frame as often as we can, which you obviously can't do when they're up in the air. That's how they're going to avoid it all. Just kind of stay back here really quickly. There we go. Here, have that. Can I get one for all going? That would be great. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. I certainly tried. There we go.
Be cautious. Callus is smart. He'll have his most powerful forces guarding the radial mast.
Some kind of energy lock. Disrupting the circuit should open the door.
And by that, do you mean shoot it? Because that's what most things mean in this game, is just shoot it. All right, let me actually claim that challenge here really quickly, just because that is going to be nice for... What am I going? That is going to be nice just to get another level here really quickly and see if that gives us anything good. It doesn't look like it did, but oh, give us some enhancement cores. Oh, and also a new weapon. Why don't we take a look at that together really quickly? We got ourselves Scalar Potential with a not great roll, but whatever. Maybe in due time we'll get to see a little bit more out of that weapon. For now, let's continue.
Something strange here, too. A powerful concentration of light energy?
Something's not right here.
Wait. A source of paracausal energy. It could be the radial mast.
Could be, but we honestly don't know for sure. All we know is that this place is very, very strange. I mean, it's huge.
Have the corridor locked down tight. Even if we could fight through, they'd have enough time to secure the radial mast.
There must be more than one path to the radial mast. Stand by. I'll send you all the sensor scans we have.
You want them to take an indirect route? We can ill afford to waste time.
But I have to. Do you think I could fight that? I mean, if I had an eager edge sword right now, maybe, but otherwise, no.
I'm working with less data than I'd like, but I've mapped out an alternate route through the ship. One with fewer cannons pointed at us.
This is what you think is best, then?
It's not what we think is best. It's what's not suicide, Osiris. He gets a little grating in this campaign, I'm not going to lie. He's just kind of a dick about everything. It's like, dude, I'm not out here to get myself killed. Also, I see strand fragments, but I'm just going to have to wait and see if that amounts to anything, possibly a little bit later.
Guardian, do you see that? It's more of that strange
Oh, is it?
darkness energy.
I know, that's my question. Is it around here somewhere? Well, I'm not seeing it, so why don't we do that? There we go. And this is why I like wave frames with stasis, because it just blows through right all of those crystals and does all that damage, and it's honestly kind of nice. Can we, here. Probably didn't need to use the heavy shot on that Scion, but whatever. I have more heavy over here, so I am going to take advantage of it. Let's going to be very selective with when I use this grenade launcher, but it's going
Looks
to
like a dead end.
be really, really
Hang on,
nice,
I'll
especially with the
reroute.
chain reaction perk on it.
You're losing valuable time. This is exactly what I was concerned about.
Wish Osiris would stop being so critical of the way that we're doing this. Also, it is very purpley in here. Let's head on over this way. Hello? Here we go. Okay, so we're going to have to deal with some turrets in here, or at least one. Wasn't too bad. Here, let me just do that. There we go. And if I have to, I can always take the rest of the crystals out with my pulse rifle. And this is why I brought the pulse rifle, is so I don't have to engage unless I get really, really close. Let's freeze. Oh, gosh, that's a lot of damage. Here, have that. There is a sniper over there that I need to take care of, wherever he went. He's up there somewhere. There he is. Okay, killed him, but I think there was another sniper somewhere. He's not going anywhere. Very, very, very cautious right now. And by cautious, I mean I'm going to run in and do this. Shatter dive. Oh, what? Did that bounce off of that stasis crystal? That wasn't very nice. I was supposed to land in a very specific spot, and that didn't work at all. Can I freeze him really quickly? I think we got him. Yeah. Okay. And that is why we brought this. Now, I gotta say, these types of grenade launchers were not very good when the campaign launched, but they have since gotten buffed majorly, so now they're actually pretty awesome. All right, let's do that. I think they did. Bungie's approach lately whenever shipping something new is they don't want to over-tune it by accident and make it overpowered and then scale it back. They tend to release things incredibly underpowered so that they can then buff it later.
Should take us deeper in.
All right, and now I need to talk about this really quickly.
I still can't believe
Well, after the ghost shuts up.
Could the radial mast really be a light artifact?
There's still a great deal we don't know. What is the radial mass capable of? How will it affect the Veil? And what is the Witness planning?
All very good questions, but ones that can wait until we've destroyed the radial mast and saved your city.
I know what's at stake here, Osiris.
Okay, so this little elevator right here, this is just a warning to anybody who's playing this on PC. For some reason, as is the case with a lot of things in Destiny, frame rate affects a lot of things, including physics in this game. For some reason, these elevators do not hold you up very well if you are playing at a much higher frame rate than 60. I am playing this on console, so I am locked at 60, thank goodness. But if you are higher than that, let's say 120, 144, whatever, higher frame rate, these things can actually just straight up drop you. So make sure that before you hitch a ride on those things, you drop your frame rate to 60 frames per second. Otherwise, you're going to run into some issues. Why it does that, I don't know. But this game has a lot of weird interactions with frame rate that are worth mentioning. And I think I've mentioned them in the past, like how you just straight up take more damage from sources when you're at a higher frame rate. That can be really annoying too. But let's continue. And ooh, we got a big arena here.
The Shadow Legion are ready for a siege, all right. Just look at all these ships.
Callus is ready to annihilate this city. If those ships reach the cryopods, casualties would be devastating.
They certainly would be. All right, let's start taking some things out here really quickly.
Those energy conduits should do the trick.
One at a time. There we go. I don't know what that is right there that I'm standing on, but it's doing something for me. Okay, okay, hold on. Let me fire that through there. There we go. That is some good damage. Having crowd control or chain reaction on this thing is going to give me some pretty insane crowd control. I was hoping I could get that, but the angle kind of messed me up there. Here we go. Oh, come on. We can take you out. Let the auto-loading holster give me that back. Shoot that out of the air so that's not lingering the entire time. And it looks like he dropped more heavy, which is good. All right, are we in the clear? I think we are. Everything else is dead, right? Or is there another enemy walking around over there? I didn't see anything. Seems a little bit strange. You know, this has already happened a couple of times in this campaign, and I know this is not supposed to be happening all that often, but whatever. Let's just go on over here and stand in this thing. Here we go. Okay, let's charge this thing up. That should be good, right? Just let the ring go all the way to the outer edge. And boom. Okay, cool. All right, everything is back. Let's do a little bit of crowd control here. Oh my goodness, look at that damage. Absolutely wonderful. All right, I am saving my super for something very important here. So just don't get mad at me if I'm not using it right now. I have a very good reason for what I'm doing. There we go. Let's take you out next. There's actually 2 of them up there, so maybe what I can do is that. Perfect. Oh, why did you have to go up there? That wasn't very nice. Get it some slow going. And that explosion, I was hoping that was going to take your shield out, but it did not. Excuse me, sir. Go away. Okay, okay, okay. What the heck killed me? Ah, shoot. Okay, now I see my problem. I didn't realize I was burning for as long as I was, and that was part of the reason that I got killed there, but it just kept going and going. But it also doesn't help that I didn't have a certain mod on my setup put together, because I didn't have anything that was allowing me to pick up orbs once my super was charged all the way up. So I wasn't able to grab any to get myself health back, which was, let's say, just causing me problems, to put it mildly. All right, let's see if I can't. There we go. Do that. My goodness, these guys are beefy. There we go. Got him. Okay, everything is dead. Now I have to pick this up, but hold on, there's more guys in my way. Let's just make our way back slowly but surely. I can't believe I died here of all places. I mean, I can see dying in this room, but not right where I died. That's just silly. There we go. Okay. Now hold on. You know what I should be doing, actually? I mean, I like having all of these different resistances. They are nice. And I could probably stand to get rid of Void, probably. But I do want to get myself emergency reinforcement. I think I'll pass for now. We'll just keep going. Can't be messing around with my build right here in the middle of a fight. That was a terrible throw. Excuse me. Here. There we go. All right, is everything dead? Am I now free to take this orb all the way over here and dunk it? Because I would very much like to do that. And again, there's a very good reason why I didn't want to use my super.
Handling extremely volatile energy? Again?
Again? How often does this happen?
Too often. Ha! Take that! Rohan, you've got fewer ships to worry about now.
An improvised distraction. But an effective one.
And the people of Neomuna will be safer. At least for now.
Will they? Wait, what was that sound? Huh? Where? I didn't see nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, shoot! There you are! Hi, buddy! And this is why I wanted to save my super. Okay. So I only have one method of doing precision damage, and that is, of course, with my pulse rifle. So this is going to be really, really fun. Also, there are other things shooting at me? No, it's just him. Oh, here we go. We got taken. Oh, this is going to be fun. All right, one thing at a time. I am not going to be throwing out my super until oh, gosh, here we go. I don't want to throw out my super until I've got those shoulder pads gone, because that's when he's the most susceptible to that sort of damage. And we can just take those out. There's one, finally. And all I've got is this pulse rifle with frenzy on it, which is good. It's good, but it's not like super heavy damage or anything. Okay, let's hit him a little bit. There we go. So he is completely freezable, which is good, because that means that he is a major and not an ultra. And the reason that's important is because majors can be... You can use finishers on majors. You cannot use them on ultras. Okay, here we go. Let's do that really quickly and then take you out. I'm one of those things to die immediately. Where is he? There he is. Whoa, 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 whoa. You need to calm down there, buddy. Excuse me. I don't know what the heck that is all about, but if we can just take your health down a little bit more. Perfect. There we go. Sheesh. All right. Well, I would say that went about as well as it could have. But, guys, that is going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Destiny. Thank you all so very much for watching. In the next episode, we should be finishing up the Downfall mission, but we are about to get into one of the toughest arenas in the entire campaign, so I hope you're all looking forward to that. And I will see you all in the next one.